Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a word from our sponsors. Hey guys, we work with the best VPN out there. Why should you choose Surfshark over all the other VPNs? Joe?
Because with this one, you could share with your friends and family on unlimited devices.
Absolutely, and it gets you around geo-blocking. They have services that let you not put your phone number, your email address. You get spam like we all do every single day. This will help.
And right now, the deal is even better. You're going to get 4 free extra months when you sign. 4! All right, guys, so go to surfshark.deals/angryjoeshow and pick up your 4 extra free months right now. Click those links down below. Don't let anybody tell you what content you can and can't access. Plus, protect your online data. Okay, guys? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check it out. Guys, Surfshark, it's the VPN we've done the research on. You just saw our ad. They're great. If you click the links down below, you can get yourself a deal right now. Consider it. Supports the show. Alex, tell us, what the hell else has happened in gaming news?
Redfall. People who spent $100 on Redfall are finally getting their refund. So they're getting $30 back. So it's not a gift card to Applebee's or whatever. You know, we were worried that they were going to get something.
So
Kmart.
How did they get it the money?
What? Microsoft has set back like $60.
Is it a credit to their credit card?
$60. The two people that bought it is like, damn it, we're out $60.
Yeah. There's probably like 12.
Why would you do that?
It could have been.
The game didn't look good. Why would you spend $100 on it?
Look, we say a lot of games don't look good.
Yeah, that's just your opinion.
And
Joe.
then people
then
are
it came
like,
out
no, it looks great.
worse.
And then it's just like, yeah, you guys were right. I guess it wasn't very good. It's like, oh, yeah.
It didn't look good. It came out and it was fucking worse.
Yeah, it was significantly worse than we thought it was going to be. Yeah. So,
yeah.
So you're going to get a refund. So if you were one of the people that did and you don't naturally get it via the way that you purchased it, you can contact Bethesda's support, and they will get, if you bought it through like some other party. I don't know. If you still require assistance.
I don't know how it works. We don't know how it works.
Yeah,
we didn't go through the support line, but I think if they can confirm your purchase, then they'll probably ask for your credit card.
Don't give anyone your credit card. Don't accept Kmart.
Right, don't do that.
I guess they wouldn't even be gift cards.
I don't know how they're going to give people. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they're giving people $30. Does this make sense? How?
If you have their payment information online, they can refund it to your card, or they can put it in like a Steam wallet.
Yeah, but it depends on where you bought it, and sometimes where you bought it is not Bethesda, unless it was only on the Bethesda launcher. No,
we played it on the Xbox app.
Yeah.
Ubisoft has used the Beyond Good and Evil remaster to kind of confirm that we are getting Beyond Good and Evil 2.
We've been saying it.
It's still happening.
We've been saying it.
Beyond Good and Evil remaster to promise us for the 24. Oh, hold on. So there's a remaster of the original. One, and they just used it to promise us that, yes, don't worry, Beyond Good and Evil 2, the thing that we have been teasing for
I feel like that old lady from the
10
Titanic.
years.
It's been
I don't know how long.
years.
This game might be approaching Duke Nukem forever. It might now have the crown.
I think it's past
it. And check this out. Somebody at PC Gamer, bless his soul, I'm going to give him credit here, Wes Fendlin, counted all of the times that Ubisoft said, yes, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development. Don't worry, guys.
I believe Ubisoft.
Guess how many times, Joe, that they had to confirm that?
I would say 16.
I think you just saw the number. 29 times he counted all of
twice
the
a year.
Yeah.
So Beyond Good and Evil has been in development for 15 years.
Yeah, May 2008.
Duke Nukem was 14 years.
Okay. Well, we have a new reigning champion, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Will it come out?
Yeah. So Jade's so it says learn more about Jade's childhood and her link to Beyond Good and Evil 2, thanks to a new treasure. So they've referenced that, and it's not just some old thing, because they've also sent new emails out to people hyping up the game, like if you're part of the promotional thing with the same thing. So
yeah, 2008 is when there was mention. Okay, 2009, more footage of Beyond Good and Evil 2 leaks. 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. Despite
I never
commenting on
gave up
Beyond
hope,
Good and Evil
Alex.
2 3 months
I never
prior.
gave up hope.
I don't give comments anymore on Beyond Good and Evil 2 because I think the next time we communicate, we'll have to have something new. He also says it's coming. That's in 2013. 2015, 2016, it's still on the way. Guillermo tells Jeff Cayley on a live stream. 2016, 2017. There's a lot of ones I'm not even mentioning. 2019. Get this. 2020, 2021. November 2022, Insider Gaming claims that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in early development.
They had to start over a bunch of times.
And likely rebooted since it was shown in 2018. Ubisoft responds by simply saying development is still underway. January 2023, Ubisoft confirms Beyond Good and Evil has not been canceled. It is and always has been still in development.
This is the game that's going to save Ubisoft.
That was the 28th time. Now we have the 29th time, the one that Alex is mentioning now.
Yeah. Can't wait. Learn
more about Jade's childhood and her link to Beyond Good and Evil 2. Thanks to a new treasure hunt through this one as a reward in this remaster special edition.
Okay. Every time we're going to... Do you think that Beyond Good and Evil 2 comes out before Squadron 42 or not?
Damn. Well, it's been in development for longer? I don't fucking know. Fuck. When was Star Citizen in development?
It's been 11
I
years,
can't
12
remember.
years?
It's
11?
been a long time. So, that's a good fucking question, man. They didn't even put a gameplay trailer. They didn't even put a logo in the current Ubisoft 2024 show, Ubisoft Forward. Joe?
So
after
the development started, a pre-production for Star Citizen started in 2010, with production officially starting in 2011.
Maybe,
say
about the same time. I'm gonna say because I've seen so much. I've seen completed gameplay, and Joe, if you'll put this video in, it's been so long I even forgot that they had this much. Oh, fuck, where it is.
It was like 5 years ago. They put out a big trailer.
Yeah, it's a big trailer. We're in space. We're flying around. They even do some ground combat.
There's like a space pig, right?
And
I
you're
remember
flying
this from
around.
long
You
ass
remember
time
this?
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to stay away from it because I was so excited. I didn't want to see anything. And then that was wrong of me because now it's like they haven't shown anything in a long time. So this shit looked good. And I don't know, were you with me, Joe? It was the one time that we went to E3 because they showed it to me behind closed doors. Okay. I played it behind closed doors where you could actually fly from the planet and you can go into the planet. You can go in. And I was like, this fucking
Starfield
crazy.
doesn't have that.
But it felt very tech demo-y and like there was nothing else done around it except for that technology.
We did this one thing.
On. So I was like, yeah. So because I've seen it look more complete in that trailer, and they say they're rebooting, but they have to be reusing a lot of those same assets, right? So I'm going to say Beyond Good and Evil 2 will come out before Star Citizen
Squadron.
No, before Star Citizen Universe. Star Citizen Squadron 42, that will probably come out first before Beyond Good and Evil 2. But you're talking about the original promise of Star Citizen and Star Citizen Universe, and that will come out after. So, Squadron 42, Beyond Good and Evil 2, Squadron Universe, or Star Citizen Universe. Whatever they're calling the open world.
I said after.
After. Got it.
After both?
No, after Squad.
You think?
Okay, so basically the same thing. Okay.
Apple is facing, depending on which news site you look at, $1 billion, $100 million, $40 worth of daily fines, according to the alleged DMA breaches that they're facing in Europe. The DMA was them saying, look, you cannot have the Walled Garden app iOS store where you only allow payments through this way. It's completely anti-competitive. And they're like, well, tell you what, we will do this thing where we will kind of allow you, but then we'll charge you 50 cents for each install of an app per year after the first install. Pretty much just saying we don't want to make any less money, even though we're not doing any of the development, so you can fuck right off. Yeah. And the EU's like, well, no, or at least enough people in the EU are looking into this saying you are in violation of this legislation, and we can start fining you an absurd amount of money.
Yeah,
which is based on a percentage of their total take, which is a lot. So Apple's going to have to prove their case. The problem when you're trying to do things against companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA is they are so fucking big that they've got political power because they've got this giant bag of money they can just beat you to death with. So we'll see if anything happens. Probably not. If they're found in violation, I imagine they'll just make a very quick change and just click the button. So.
Okay.
We'll let you know if anything happens there. Xbox executives sort of kind of give you an answer about Tango Gameworks. And it's actually what we've been talking about on the news. Everyone's like, look.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, Hi-Fi Rush came out. Everyone really liked it. Why would you close the studio down? And they kind of meant, I'm going to read to you exactly what Booty said. And so he starts talking about leadership. And this is one of the things we talk about on our news show, is that the head of Tango Gameworks had left right after Hi-Fi Rush. And he was the person behind all of their games. He was the head creative. He
So
really
like the heart and soul
he was like
of the
Kojima.
company, and they were like, yeah, I guess since they're not really themselves, shut them down.
Yeah.
I still think there's plenty of talented people there that could have kept it going and wanted to keep it going. But weak excuse.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I think it's the reason. I don't think it's the reason why they made the decision that they made. Microsoft is a big enough company that
But
they
they're telling you more
Yeah.
why they did it. Kojima left, and we didn't want to keep
They're-
Kojima Productions going.
Yeah.
So we shut it down.
Yeah, he said, what leadership do you have? What creative leadership do you have? Is it the same team that shipped something successful previously, alluding to the guy.
But that's the thing. It was minus the main guy.
Minus the main guy. And sometimes the main guy is everything to the company, and sometimes he's Todd Howard, and all he does is fucking lie to you about everything. And it becomes
But Todd Howard's the main guy.
but he's also the creative
He's the
bottleneck
guy,
that,
come on.
that leaves us with garbage like Star Citizen.
main guy.
So I hadn't talked shit about Todd Howard in a little
Yeah,
while, so I just had to.
you do talk
That
shit about
motherfucker
Todd.
lies to me, and I do not like it when people like that lie to me. Embracer, we've talked about them. They were this massive gaming conglomerate buying up all these companies. Now they're selling them off because they had $1.5 billion in loans they had to repay. They have now closed Alone in the Dark Studios Pieces Interactive. And so it's just them trying to pare down and be smaller. Alone in the Dark didn't do as well as they'd liked.
Yeah, that really sucked. Pieces Interactive shutting down after they released that game, and this is the corporate fuckery, the corporate bullshit. It's like, okay, we have to cut.
Yeah.
And if your game doesn't do gangbusters, then you're cut. Hell, if your game does do gangbusters, Hi-Fi Rush, you're cut. But yeah, damn.
Yeah, so they said that the sales of Alone in the Dark were softer than expected and performed below management expectations.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, if it can, it's like how big was Alone in the Dark as a franchise? If you were to ask me, I'd say back in everybody, when you say, "Oh, everybody knows about Alone in the Dark," I'm like, I'm not sure.
it's been a while.
I know about Alone in the Dark. I'm excited about Alone in the Dark because I played it when I was a kid, but I'm an old fart, and I think new generation coming in, their opinion of Alone in the Dark was probably colored by all those other reboots that happened in between the originals and this new one. And people are like, oh, no, that's garbage. I don't want to play that. Because when we played one of them, shit was garbage. This one was good, but it just didn't make the sale.
Yeah.
corporate expectations are a hard thing for some of these smaller companies and smaller teams to meet because they're like, hey, we'll give you a little bit more money.
Sucks, man.
blow it
Because
up
we got to do the horror experience
Yeah.
out. We had a horror movie.
It was a
Go
great-
watch it. It's a great fucking
Great
thing.
experience.
Left alone in the dark with Angry Joe and other Joe, and it will forever be a moment I cherish in my life. One of the greatest events I've got to do. So it was a lot of fun. But it just sucks to see that company then, at least the development studio, the company's still there, but the development studio that made it is closing down.
So Embracer, using some of the funds that they have sold, has now repaid $300 million to some of their lenders. They still owe a considerable amount. This is based on money that they sold Gearbox to Take-Two. They sold Saber Interactive to a private equity group, and Saber, who is now kind of like their own thing. And they're just going to pass on the debt. So Embracer kind of split up a lot of their companies. Asmodee is its own little standalone thing. $900 million of its debt is moving to the tabletop publisher. And what the CEO said about that is the banks loves Asmodee. They know the company has been highly leveraged on their private equity ownership for more than a decade. that amount is basically paying down the debt, not all, but most of the debt. So
he's like, we're going to saddle them with more debt because they've had debt in the past and they've been able to operate through it. So let's
They can
push
file
it
for
on them.
bankruptcy.
Hey,
right?
man, stop fucking over OGs. That's OG gaming.
So
Pen and paper, bitch.
So we'll see if they have to cut any more studios or sell any more of the studios. But I mean, they have under their umbrella. There's some people that we really love, like THQ New York is still under them.
Yeah.
Awesome people over there.
I
so
hope they're okay
Yeah.
because they're fucking sweet and
Yeah.
we love them and they
I've heard from them recently.
have passion.
They're
good.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. And the big news this week: Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erd Tree currently has a mixed status on Steam. There's many of the negative reviews are complaining that the bosses are too hard. There's some that are complaining that it's not running well.
Game is
Totally
fucking hard.
legitimate. Like it. I want to start immediately saying that if you're having PC problems, I did not when I was playing it. So if you are having PC problems, you are absolutely within your right to
Me and Joe was like fucking chugging sometimes, but that wasn't the real reason
You had
for our
fun.
death.
You had yeah.
We were just bad.
The game was hard, but I beat him.
It was hard. You did beat it, Joe.
You
You
did.
did. I'm so proud of you. We were competing.
I'm
We
done.
fought the dragon together, and Joe was the one that ended up beating it, not me. I got real close. And then we were fighting. What's the dude's name?
There was the
Dude in the fucking crypt. That's a
one-on-one.
ghost.
One.
Solitude Armor. Yeah.
Yeah, Solitude Armor, and I just won.
Got greedy.
Both of you
I'm
are
gonna make a
so
video.
greedy.
I gotta make a video
Both of
on
you
that,
so
and
greedy.
then Joe managed to.
The FromSoft has put out a tweet.
But Joe has more experience. To be fair, he has more
To be
experience in
fair.
those Dark Souls.
Lies
I
of
leave
P.
it to these
It's
two
the only
guys.
one. I suck.
Joe plays it. He played
I
all the way
fucking
through Lies
suck.
of P.
Yeah.
So that's my defense.
A lot of people apparently are not upgrading their character. I don't know why. It's like, you know how in the original Legend of Zelda you can beat the game without getting the sword? You
Yes.
can. You just it fucking sucks, but you can do it.
Why?
But it would be like getting that game and going,
a
well,
challenge.
I didn't use the sword, so this game was too hard. It's like, well, that's you're making a decision to not do it, or you're not
Do you
using.
think these new Elden Ring players? It's so weird to me because it feels like anybody that would get Erdtree would know already
I mean, I don't know. Like the
because
problem
they
with
played the base game.
I'm going to say Souls fans, and I don't mean the person who loves Souls games like me, but you know those Souls fans, those people have this like stick up their ass where they're like, I need to beat God naked with a ham sandwich. And if they can't do it exactly that way within the first 2 days, the game is too hard and they don't like it. It's not too hard. Just go get the upgrades. I've beaten the whole thing almost 3 fucking times, and I'm not that great of a Souls player. Like, I don't know. People are dumb. And I was reading through a lot of the reviews, and it's if you don't want a challenge, then maybe the DLC's not
People
for
are
you.
quitting because it's too hard, but I thought everybody knew that this game was about being too
That's
hard.
exactly why I didn't pick it up, because I had trouble with the base game. I'm gonna sit back on this one. All right?
It was the
I'll
one.
leave it up to you, Alex.
I don't know if there's been many games in the Angry Joe Show history where Alex had to get us through and like help
It's
us
these games.
to
Fuck
complete
this.
it, and that was fucking Elden Ring. So I just thought that the community knew that what this game is about. And if you're getting an expansion, these are for hardcore people that don't want an easier experience, because then everybody be complaining the other way. Oh, this is too easy. You know, I would prefer you make it too hard or harder than the base game. That makes sense to me because you got high level characters, and it's not like you're gonna try to do everything on level 1 all over again, even though this motherfucker just told me that he already beat 17 of the bosses on level 1. What the
I
fuck
can't
is wrong with
beat
you?
the last boss on level. I've beaten all the bosses in the DLC at level 1, but
Yeah.
the last boss is kicking the shit out of me. I don't know.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
you're
think-
intended to beat the last
I don't think
boss
I
on
am
level
good enough
1.
to beat the last boss. I know people on the internet are. I don't think I'm one of them.
What chance do I have?
But now you hate the game, right? 0 out
Hate
of
it,
10
hate it.
because you couldn't beat the last
Fucking
boss on
hate it.
level 1.
I couldn't beat it at level 1 with a
0 out
naked
of
with a ham,
10.
naked with a ham sandwich. There are so many reviews where people are like, I don't know why I should have to use the upgrades that make my character better. It's like because
I shouldn't have to use things that make my character better to beat this. What? What are you talking about?
Your characters get better the more you play, and they're organically placed on the map, and you just find them, and it's just
Now but they're like me and Joe, but we know what we're doing. We don't complain about it.
Yeah.
Like, because when we walked out and we saw this big guy walking around, hey, this world ain't big enough for the two of us. We just randomly hate that guy, and then we bang our head on him for 80 tries until we realize, okay, we can't beat him right now. Let's come back later. That's the game experience.
Just wait till I come back.
But these people are like, hey, I hate that guy. Oh, this game sucks. I can't beat him.
Yeah, it's an open world game.
What?
You can explore, I think it's like 90+% of them. You can get to pretty much every area in the game without beating a single story boss. So it's like you see the big guy on fire, walk around.
Yeah, no, not me and Joe. Who said he's walking around.
I remember
us.
both of those. Yeah.
I am no one's bitch. You're my bitch. And then he lifted me up and he put me inside of him and he burned me.
He cheated.
He cheated?
He cheated.
He went down pretty easy.
He cheated.
I don't think-
Oh yeah, and then Alex took the controller from us and beat him on the first try, or is it the second try?
No, I got
Second try.
greedy.
Second try.
That's what happens. You get greedy. And
I got
then
greedy,
yeah,
yeah.
that happens a lot to me.
We had
Yeah, but-
50 deaths, and then Alex took it and got it in 2.
Yeah.
Well, for that guy, it was like 25 deaths, and then you took it in for 2.
Yeah, but again, the people who are having issues with PC performance totally makes sense. Some of it, people that didn't update drivers. Some of it, people have 45 Chrome windows open. But a lot of it, it's just honestly, FromSoft has had the problems with this before. It was the same on Elden Ring release, and it should be better. And they should be getting negative reviews for that, the PC performance. So,
But than that,
but I will laugh at you if you are the game is too hard and I don't like it. But I
he
refuse to
laughs
upgrade
at
my
me all
character.
the time.
If the game is too hard, that's fine. If it's the game is too hard because you refuse to upgrade your character, then I'm gonna make fun of you because you're kind of dumb. So, okay, that's what I got about Elden Ring.
Yeah, I got some news stories here. So one game I was actually really looking forward to had some controversy and got canceled, and the developers got mad and said, hey, man, what the hell? We could have finished it. And unfortunately, it's from a publisher that we like. So Paradox Interactive, they canceled the LifeSyn Life by You. It was just about to come out. Like, that's when you know shit's not going right. There's just about to come out in early access, and they moved it like a month into June, and then moved it like into July, and now the CEO says they gave the studio a fair shot, but now believe it's better to just stop.
Damn.
It's like hyenas.
Yeah, but I think Hyenas was further along because people actually got to play that game, and in the closed betas and open betas, the game was actually going. I don't think people got to play this one in an open or a closed. The road leading to release, we felt confident about what was, but it was too far long and too uncertain to continue. Sadly, we decided to cancel the release of our long-awaited LifeSyn Life by You. An incredibly difficult call to make, and it is a clear failure on Paradox's part to meet both our own and the community's expectations.
Yeah, the original early access was supposed to be in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
And its initial release date was supposed to be September 12th of 2023.
Yeah, and then it got delayed to just now. And I was like, I got it on the calendar. I was like, all right, Joe's going to play this, whether it's Joe and Alex or Joe and me for Sims, because I know you like Sims. You used to play it all the time with Jacob and make all sorts of stuff, and it was funny. It was hilarious. So we were waiting for that game, and we were going to support it heavily, but apparently it just was never to be. Paradox said we got to cut our losses. Life by You has been in the works for a long time, said Paradox. It would be able to leave a mark in this exciting and new genre for us. That he explained why Paradox has already delayed releasing it twice to give the studio and the game a fair shot at realizing its potential. And he did give it a fair shot. They gave it a whole nother year of development to see if it can get to where they was. And ultimately, they had to cut it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough because the developers, of course, are going to be like, no, it was great. We should have had our chance. But it's like, how bad was it that all of the money was already spent and it was about ready to be released? If the publisher's like, nah,
I
man,
really
can't
just
release
want
it.
to play it because there's so many fucking early accesses that are in rough shape that do eventually come together. But a former dev from Sunken Sin's competitor, about 3-4 days later, alleges that the team had the rug pulled from under them despite outperforming company's internal metrics. Of course, this guy's going to say this, but I also see it from Paradox's point of view. It's like, okay, but we kept having to delay the game. We gave you additional years. We're spending millions of dollars to get it. And when we looking at it, this doesn't look like the product that we were hoping for and doing together. But they're saying we're a strong team on a strong project, ready to launch to a strong audience. Giving
OJ another year to make you dinner isn't going to make the dinner any better.
Maybe it might if he studies the whole fucking time.
I mean, if they gave him an extra year for him to study the microwave even harder and it still didn't come out
I
good.
upgraded to a Ninja.
Oh.
Ninja
He's
air
really
fryer.
good. He's really good at air frying. It works.
It's the best.
He has this weird ninja grill thing on his counter.
It's a 20-in-1, Alex.
Yeah, it
20-in-1.
does. Yeah, how many of those things does it do well? It made hot dogs. It made those hot dogs pretty good.
Yeah. So, but even the guy who was like, "No, please give us a chance," kind of did say, "To be honest, I have guesses about what happened, and while I can't conjecture, I'm sure you have guesses too. As a business owner, some of them are understandable." But many of them are not. We're a strong team on a strong project, ready to launch to a strong audience.
Were you ready?
He says.
Probably
So he's kinda
not.
saying that it is.
Probably not ready.
And then he added, the team was not told why. Instead, we spent a month in purgatory. We did everything we could to prove them that we were worth launching, and we heard virtually nothing back because they're making their decision. They're internally reviewing the game. In the post, he also mentions that when the executioner axe finally swung, the developers were only informed this via a public announcement.
That sucks.
I guess, yeah, they could have been like, hey, guys, we're going to make the announcement. We can't go forward with this. And then on socials, you make the public announcement. You don't just make the public announcement without telling them. That does suck. Yeah. And finally, this industry has become a place in which you can deliver more than expected, have AA money behind you, and still have the rug pulled 2 weeks before launch. So they're lamenting that that's a possibility, and that's a possibility. I really wanted to play this game, wanted to see Joe's adventures in it, but apparently it just was not in a good enough state and shape that Paradox was like, we got to cut our losses.
If the game is 2 weeks away from launch, it has to be pretty bad for them to be like, nah, bro.
Or it has to be in a state where they realize the game scope was so ambitious and all of the systems here, we can't scale them back, where, you could launch and, some people might like it, but we would then be forced to spend another $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 million getting it to where it needs to be, and we can't do it.
Yeah, 4 years.
And by the way, this was the first project from that game developer, so they didn't have a proven track record, and that might have helped, get them past this. But since it was their first game and it wasn't where it needed to be, it got canceled.
Not a good look.
And then finally, FIFA, everyone's favorite organization, is trying to get on your good side, Joe. You want to know how?
How?
They're going to host an actual Rocket League World Cup tournament with national teams. When I say actual,
real cars?
I shouldn't have said that. I
was
realized
like,
immediately.
Yeah, me too.
Whoa!
I'm in.
No.
I saw
a
a
video game version of it, but with real national teams competing.
Well, I saw
so the
like
French
a YouTube video of
compete
actual cars doing that.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
You ever been to a destruction derby? Super fun.
No.
Well, we kind of did it in our
Oh,
review,
yeah.
Joe.
But it
You
got
remember
stuck.
with your car?
I got stuck under your car.
And you got stuck under our car. Go watch our Rocket League review. That's old school classic. Anyways, welcome to FIFA RLE Sports, the first ever FIFA E World Cup featuring Rocket League. Which nation would you like to see complete?
Do you think it's fixed by FIFA like the rest of their events?
Yeah,
No, they're totally not a corrupt organization.
Do you think it's rife
Totally.
with corruption?
Yeah.
And the French team is not actually French. They all show up and they're all South Koreans, and they're like, "Wait a minute."
Something's up.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's they think that everybody is going to be pro FIFA after that.
Nope.
And
I'm good.
don't really care.
I don't actually. I like hearing that they're trying, but I don't give a fuck about FIFA and their thing. What I actually am interested to hear about FIFA is who their next partner is going to be for a AAA
Football game.
football, but what we call here soccer game. Yeah. Look, we didn't come up with the term. It was the fucking English that did, right?
Yeah.
We're not the only country, too. I think Australia and South Africa call it soccer because we're all English.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want a
bastards.
fucking war. I want to fucking fight.
I
You know,
want 2K to make a FIFA game.
I want fucking EA to have to fucking sweat and worry, you know?
Yeah.
So, God. All right. Anyways.
Don't know.
Hey, we're that much closer to fucking July and August, Joe, for fucking Madden.
I'm more excited for maximum
NCAA.
football.
I have some things working for those reviews that I'm excited. It'll be a surprise for you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You're going to really like them, Joe.
Excellent. All right, well, that's all we got for you today. Thank you so much, and thank you to our sponsor, Surfshark.
Yep.
If you're looking in the market for a VPN to protect your information or to watch whatever the heck you want without locking, check them out. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye.